Anybody there? Hey, Jillian. Sorry about the lipstick. How are you? Can you hear me? Hey, Joanne. How are you? Happy you guys are here today. Can everybody hear me and see me okay? Haha. I like a dark state. I like it too. It's a lot of fun. Jillian. Hey, meditation. How are you? Meditation research. Frankie Rose. Hello. Oh, thank you. Happy to see you. Hi, Joanne. Great. Yes, yes. Mary, Miley. Hello, Miley. Jillian. Yes, yes. Hey, Ted. Ted says yes. Frankie says yes. Okay. Good news. All right, everybody. So we have a few little things to cover. First of all, I'm going to award 10 30-day, hi Amber, 10 30-day scholarships for those who entered last week. Hey Gay, hey Sonia, and those I'm going to announce right now as soon as I pull up this little thing, okay? So here we go. The 10 winners of the scholarship to the 30-day Universa B scholarship are, drumroll please, Tammy Griffin, number one. Congratulations, Tammy. Number two, Helena Merkis. I hope I said that right. Number three, Elin Fish. Number four, Jessica Durden Rule. Number five, Gordon Goodrich. Number six, Jillian Tyndall. Number seven, Jamie Ritchie. Number eight, Luann Smith. Number nine, Deborah Bevis. And number 10, Ryan Ellis. Okay, congratulations to our 10 winners. You guys send me an email at angyatkinson@gmail.com with winner in the subject line. All right? Okay. Now, let us get back to it. Hello, Inga. Glad to see you too. Jillian, congratulations. Sonia, hello. Okay. Sharon, hello. Okay, we have our first question, everybody. Way to go, winners. Oh, by the way, if you entered before and you didn't win, you can enter again. There's a link right in the description. So make sure you do because we're going to announce another 10 winners next week on Tuesday. All right? All right. Okay. Way to go, winners. Joanne, big hugs to you, honey. All right, Inga, glad to see you on. Okay, first question, Van D. Oh, hi, Shannon. Van D says, hi, I've got a boyfriend that blows hot and cold, blocks me, then texts me, then doesn't ring me again. Okay, yeah. I feel you. That's a difficult thing. When you have a boyfriend or girlfriend who blows hot and cold that way, you've got one of two things. I mean, you might have a narcissist or you might have someone who just isn't that serious yet, but the blocking factor and then the texting you and the blocking you and not calling you, that feels like a narcissistic thing. Do you have a question or do you just want to tell me about that? Let me know. Joanne says, way to go, winners. I already said that. Yay. Okay. Hello, Maureen. Hello. Hello, Inga. Inga says, congrats to the winners. Jillian says, this is the bomb. Congrats, winners. Thank you. Thank you. Shannon Sanderson says, congrats and offers some really cool little poppy things. Frankie Rose says to Van D that her ex has done the same thing. And it's a game for those lousy narcs. Don't buy into it. Totally agree. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Gay Gallops says, yay, y'all. That's a congrats to the 10 winners I just mentioned. Joanne will be runner up. Joanne, enter again. You might win next week. You never know. Diana Simenthal says, good morning. I know some of us attract narcissists because of something in us. Is it the same when it comes to friends? Do we attract the same types of people when it comes to friendships? Yeah, absolutely, we do. Not always, but certainly we do attract narcissistic friends. Yes. It's for the same reasons, because we tend to react to their extreme emotions with extreme action. Whatever we can do to make them feel better if possible. So, yep, for sure. Jillian says yes. Agreed. All right. Patrice Maxwell, hello, my love. She says, I'm so glad you were here. After going no contact for 3 months, I'm really good. She's doing well with the job, even though, oh, she's doing a good job, even though the fake Facebook profiles have gone to the flying monkeys. Did a very good job until. Send me the rest of that, girl. Deborah J says, woohoo, I can't wait to get started. Turn up. All right. Yay, Dillian University for me. I love it. All right. Shannon says, I'm almost out of my horrible nightmare, Angie. Thank you for your help. Oh, I'm so glad that that's helping, Shannon. I'm glad that my videos and stuff are helping. That makes me really happy. Oh, love. Inga says, why do narcissists keep the boomerang thing up after years of no contact? Okay, Inga, let's talk about that. So, in my opinion, it goes like this. A narcissist gets a good source of supply, and even if they get tired of you for a while, they know that eventually they may need the good stuff from you again. So they like to keep you on the hook. So they'll be like, let's stay friends, or whatever, or they'll completely ignore you for 6 years and then call, text you one day, be like, I always think about you, how you been? And then pretty soon you're back in their circle of supply, which I kind of like to call the narcissistic harem. Yes. Okay. Inga says she agrees. I was positive I had to drain the swamp in my friendship tank. Yeah, girl. Yeah, totally. Patrice says, oh, here's the rest of what Patrice had to say. So she said, she did a very good job with the flying monkeys and all the stuff with the narc until a friend recently said he had a confrontation with the narcissist and what the narcissist said about me. I blew my top. Of course, he hoovered with an email, and I took the effing bait, and a long email acknowledged him with this long email. It set me back months. I just fed him for months. LOL. I'm so glad I can laugh and not cry. Thanks, Angie. Well, I'm glad you can laugh about it too, sweetie. And I know it's hard and I know it's difficult, but certainly, you absolutely have the right to be at peace and happy in your home, in your life. And I'm so sorry that he spoke badly about you, but it's what happens. The hoovering with the email, that's common, more common than I would like to even admit myself, but it is common. It happens almost consistently, and whether you take the bait or not usually depends on whether or not you stay part of the narcissistic harem, as it were, of supply. Yeah. All right, let me get back up here so I don't miss anybody. Crystal, hello, Crystal, my love, how are you? Crystal says, hey Angie, I've got a fellow tenant that lives in the other house, and she purposely picks fights with me by being petty. I think she's just being territorial. Oh, certainly. Yeah, Crystal. And I know in that particular situation, Crystal lives in a situation where she's on a multi-home property. So there are people that she lives, in one of a couple of, extra houses, not extra, additional houses on the main house property. And anyway, so I know that in that situation, Crystal, yeah, I think you're right. I think she's being territorial. Do you think that she's demonstrating any sort of narcissistic tendencies, or do you think she might be kind of maybe a victim who is trying to regain her life as well? Is that possible? Give me a little more. I know some of the details, but give me a few more details on that one. Divine Zion, hello, love. How are you? Hello, hello. Am I saying that right? Zion and Divine Zion? Am I saying it wrong? Okay. Jillian says, I've seen this question before once, and I'm wondering if anybody else has experienced when watching TV with a narcissist. Will they cry at commercials? It's the weirdest thing, and I'm wondering, a narcissist with CPTSD. Well, I think narcissists sometimes will cry at commercials. Hormones are what they are for everybody, right? But I think sometimes I've noticed with some narcissists that they will have, apparently real emotions when it comes to things that aren't real, but when it comes to like something in your own life happening or something even in their own life happening, like someone dying, they might not cry at all. So it's kind of one of those things. And you also have to remember that narcissists do have emotions when it comes to their own feelings. So if the narcissist is looking at that TV commercial and thinking that somehow they might be connecting it with something that relates to them personally, then sure, they're going to cry more often. Patrice, okay, we got Patrice. All right. Maureen says, we attract them because we are honest. Too honest, and we tell them we have a source for them to use. You're damn right, girl. That's another very good point. Crystal says, I don't know how to solve this other than to be unemotional and state the facts? I'm not sure why she keeps prodding at me. Is she territorial? How do you manage something like this? That's all you can do, Crystal, is be unemotional and state the facts. Because there is no emotional connection for you to this person. And so if you can remember that, remember she's just, like at the very most you might consider her almost a business associate, but not even that. She's a neighbor, and you don't have to be emotionally connected to your neighbors. And I know that you're not emotionally connected to this particular neighbor. So I think the only thing you can do is exactly what you're already doing. You're on the right track there, in my opinion. I hope that's helpful. If you have other questions, stick them in the comments there. All right. Okay, Inga says, but what if they already have a source of supply? Girl, that doesn't matter. They're still going to boomerang back around to you. They will have a source of supply at all times. And then when that source of supply becomes ineffective for some reason, like maybe they decided to, maybe they decided to be in an argument with that person, or they don't like the way that person, did something or said something or whatever. And in that case, of course, they're going to want another source of supply. Someone else to be like, hey, everything's cool, it's me and you, blah, blah. It's just that's why they have more than one in the circle, because they have they have somebody there who will be the person that will say, their main squeeze, their main source of supply will be the person who will say like, hey, you know, I'm your lover, I'm your person, and you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. Well, then when that person, one day is like, kind of sees a crack in the facade of the false self and goes, hey, wait a minute, there's a crack in the facade of the false self, except, in their own language, the narcissist will be like, wait, what? I need somebody to tell me I'm great. Oh my God, I need some excitement. I need somebody to tell me I'm great. I need supply. So then they'll look around in their harem and they'll go, oh, I haven't talked to, Janie over there in a while, or Inga over there, or whatever. And then they'll contact you. Boomerang, come right back and start the hoovering process all over again, at least until they fix things with the other person. And then they'll drop you like a hot rock. It sucks, but it's true. Yep. Patrice says, oh, hello, no more abuse. How are you? Patrice says, knowing that he is a piece of crap and trying to suck energy, that email was all he'll get from me forever, and I hope he keeps it forever. Good for you, Patrice. Good for you. I'm proud of you. I know that is a hard thing to do, but I also know that you deserve to be happy, my love. So, proud of you for that. Okay. July 8219, hello, says, says, hi Angie, why do narcissists never say it's over? Hello. Why do they never say it's over? Well, certainly they never say it's over, and when they do, they don't really mean it necessarily. They might mean that it's over as you know it right now, but certainly if they can keep you in their back pocket for supply, they will, and that's why they don't like to say it's over sometimes, because they want to keep the door open. If they don't burn the bridge, they can always come back over when they need you for more supply or alternative supply to their new supply, Rose Perez. Hello, Rose Perez. How are you? Hello, Elite. I'm going to have a hard time on that one. Alil Will 2004. Hello. Hello. Okay, Jillian. Oh my God, is that Tiffany? Wear what, huh? Love the necklace. Oh, I love this necklace too. Isn't it cute? I don't think it's Tiffany. I think it's just something I like. I don't know. Crystal Edel. I think standing up for myself by stating the facts and being unemotional was the right thing to do. Yes, that was the right thing to do, Crystal. Yes. No doubt about it. My nose is itchy. Yes. All right. Patrice Maxwell says, I've been doing binaural tones, Bible studies, and support groups and blessings. Yes. Those are good things to do. Anything that helps you to feel more focused on the positive and less focused on things that don't matter, those things matter. Okay? All right. Very good. Very good. I'm so glad to hear, Patrice, that you're doing so much better. That really makes me happy. I know you've struggled. All right. Christine. Hello, Christine Zimmerman. How are you? All right. No more abuse says, he won't hoover me. I'm so glad I created the worst injury possible. He's scared of me. Good demon. Well, I hope you mean narcissistic injury and not physical injury. I'm glad that he won't hoover you if he won't, and I'd love to hear more about that. Yes. Divine Zion says, that's right. Thank you, love. I'm glad. Now I'll say it right forever. Um, Patrice, you were such a blessing to me. You came exactly the second I needed you. Rather than berate myself, God and you are helping me to forgive myself and move forward from this second. You are so amazing. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much, Patrice. It means the world to me. Thank you. All right. QF. I know I should probably be able to decipher this name, but I'm not that sophisticated. QFWFQ says, "Is there a way to pronounce that? And if there is, could you please type it phonetically for me? I'm old." uh, all right, she says, "So I keep flip-flopping about whether or not my partner is a narcissist. Some things don't fit. He's very self-depreciating, but also very manipulative and vicious at times." Well, honey, he could be a covert narcissist. They tend to appear introverted, less likely to be the center of attention at all times, but then they, of course, still have that manipulative and vicious side, and they may resent you if you happen to be the center of attention at times, which, looking at that little tiny picture, I imagine you are. You're quite lovely. All right. Inga says, my ex-narcissist cried hysterically after losing a best friend for about 5 minutes, then snapped back to normal. Sure. Yeah. Because in that 5 minutes, you may have seen just a glimpse of humanity, but certainly they would certainly snap back very quickly, because certainly they don't really feel anything about that person. They feel sad that they don't have that source of supply anymore, but then they get over it because they got to hurry up and get on to getting another source of supply to replace that one. Yeah. Okay. Inga. I already said that. Okay. Frankie Rose says, or did I forget to say hello to somebody? Nope, I think not. Okay. Frankie Rose says, or they become the best actors and sob like in a soap opera. Oh yes, girl. That was my narc. Did I mention he was 61 years old, loser? I feel you. I feel you. Narcissism knows no age. It knows no income level. It knows no race or creed or culture. Narcissists are the one type of person you could probably find everywhere. I guess you can find all the people everywhere, but yeah, this one is widespread and real specific. Other different psychological diagnoses and stuff, they don't have a whole bunch of, I mean, they all have similarities, of course, but in the case of narcissists, they almost appear to read out of the same textbook. It's kind of creepy. All right. Crystal says, thank you. Yeah, I'll continue to do so. Yeah, because you're awesome. Don't forget, okay? All right. Rose Perez says, I've been separated from my narcissistic ex. It's been about 4 months. I have found someone new. I'm super excited for this new person, but I fear that my narcissistic ex will try to make his way back. You need to stay strong, because it's quite possible that he will try to make his way back. No joke. So what I suggest to my clients is that they develop and practice a specific line that they want to say to that person. So, when and if the person would hoover you, you would already know in advance what you would say when that happens. If the person tries to reach out to you, you might just say to me, I found someone new. I'm super excited for this person, and I'm just not interested in moving forward with you. So, stay out of my life. You're toxic, whatever. Or say nothing. Going no contact is the best thing. And if they would contact you in some way, I would almost just want you to say nothing, Rose. But in either case, be prepared and know exactly what you're going to do when it happens. It does help. All right. Stephanie Haggart says, just joined live for the first time. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome. I love all your posts and resources. I love you. Love you too. Working on leaving the narcissist. Very aware now. Very good. I'm very happy to hear that. I know it's hard. Excuse me, my lipstick is making my lip funny. I know it's hard, Stephanie. I know it's hard, and I know that leaving is one of these things that will absolutely, obviously change your life. And I know that it's one of those things that takes longer than most people know, especially if you have kids involved. But I'll tell you this, it is going to be worth it, and you're going to be so much happier when you're away from the abuse. All right. Limitless Life says, hello to you. Well, hello, hugs to you. Hello, Limitless Life. Hey, I've got some awesome comments from you that I will be sharing in a video later today. Thank you for those. All right. QFWFQ says, Our recent issue surrounds the fact that I take martial art classes. He's basically said I have to quit because he doesn't want any man touching me. I find this to be pretty unreasonable. Listen, can I just have a moment to be a little bit silly? Just kick his ass, girl. Okay, now, but seriously, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's this little fly in my office that's making me crazy. Anyway, but seriously, QF, you need to stand up for yourself. Okay, one of the ways, one of the ways that we can take our power back is to break those stupid rules that they have for us sometimes. So if you can just tell them, look, I'm going to do this. I'll work with female instructors whenever possible, but if there's a male instructor, I'll work with them and you'll trust me because I don't cheat on you, period. Then do that. Don't stop doing something you enjoy just because your narcissist tells you to. That's the first step to taking back your life. All right. Inga says, truthfully, I'm certain his new source was also a narc too. How would you see two narcs in a relationship? Good question. Hey, John Cena. Good question, Inga. You know what I think? This is kind of funny, but there are two things I would say about this. First of all, somebody who I haven't seen the movie, so I can't be totally real with you, but a friend of mine said that Harley Quinn and the Joker in that Batman movie were a perfect example of two narcs in a relationship. And I think, based on what I was told, that that's somewhat true because there's such a thing as an inverted narcissist, which appears almost to be an empath, but they're often like a built-in flying monkey, toxic, equally toxic. They control more by taking care of someone and making themselves indispensable, etc., etc. So, something to think about. All right. Hope that's helpful. John Cena, hello, hello. If you're really John Cena, I want you to know that I've seen you once in person, but not up close. Okay. Inga, Inga Hicks says, I agree, Angie. Makes sense. Thank you. All right. QF, this is a pretty big flag for a narcissist, right? A pretty big red flag. Yes, yes, definitely a red flag. Yes, yes. Unreasonable jealousy, and also a red flag that he might be cheating on you or thinking about it. Yeah. Um, Divine Zion says, hold on. Sorry about that. Had a little cough. Okay. When you can see me again. There she is. Okay. Divine Zion says, have you ever had dreams about your narcissist where the sequences in the dream actually warn you? I'm sorry. That you are dealing with a narcissist in your waking life. Is this common? I'm sorry, one more second. Okay. Okay. Sorry. All right. Okay, the sequences in your dream actually warn you that you are dealing with a narcissist in your waking life. Is this common? Well, Miss Divine, listen. This is what I think. I think sometimes our subconscious is trying to tell us something, and I think that when the narcissist is, sometimes we're denying things to ourselves in our waking state, but our subconscious knows better. And our dreams tend to be, depending on your beliefs, some people believe that their dreams are divinely directed. Some people believe that they are our intuition speaking to us, or our higher selves, or our subconscious. Okay, in any case, we would all agree that it's something that's connected to ourselves that is outside of our awake consciousness, right? Okay, so if that was happening to you, and if it happens to other people, then yeah, I think it can be Definitely common. I'm a big dream interpretation person. I will look up symbolism and try to, figure out what different things mean for sure. I do think it's common up to a point, yes. And I definitely see how our subconscious or our higher self would feel and know that there was a problem, even though our rational self was, our awake consciousness was saying, no, no, we're rationalizing away the abuse. Okay. Oh, Alicia. Hello, Alicia. All right. All right. I'm sorry about my pronunciation issues. I thought it was some kind of a fancy name. Okay, but I see now it's probably a. Okay, anyway, hi, Alicia. Okay, Inga Hicks says, I think they keep the door open for fear of never having any supply at all in the future. They are a very insecure people. Yes, I think the same thing, absolutely. And also because they might need a you know, back thing. Okay, Jillian says, she just joined Weight Watchers. Congratulations, Jillian. I'll tell you what, I started at Weight Watchers when I lost 100 pounds. I basically used their formula to lose the first 60 pounds without any exercise. It was just, ultimately eating healthier food, more healthy food, more often, and less crap. And generally, because I liked that they allowed for cheating, and to be honest with you, the way that their system is set up, it's almost set up to help you lose more weight if you do cheat, because it gives you a little spike in metabolism once a week at least. So, all right. Inga says 2 narcs. What would that look like, Deborah? That was the situation where you would have like an inverted narc would be that they kind of appear to be like an empath, but they're like the perfect complement to an extroverted narcissist, or an well, anyway, a regular narcissist. The inverted narcissist kind of fits the puzzle with the overt narcissist or the covert narcissist, because what they do is the places where they almost need the abuse. They almost live for the abuse, and they almost can't function without being attached to a narcissist. It's like they have nothing if they're not attached to a narcissist, if that makes any sense. So I'm saying, look at one example of that would be, of course, like the Harley Quinn relationship with Joker, according to my sources. All right. Limitless Life said, when I posted about no contact on Facebook positively as a celebration rather than a sad event, stating my intention, an uncle got in touch and we discovered that we both went no contact for the same reasons. Limitless Life, this is interesting because this happens more often than you would think. And since I've gone no contact with certain people in my life, I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can think of 5 other people who have done it as well since then in that same family group. So interesting, right? There's often more than one of you, especially in large families. All right, Sexy Jessie 90. Hey, Sexy Jessie. Appreciate you as always, Angie. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you too. Finally getting ready to move. Found the perfect place for my girls that I can afford. Oh, congratulations! I'm so happy for you. Keep me posted. I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. A little success story. Yay! All right, Maureen says to Deborah, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Yes, it's true. 2 narcissists together in the same room. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Inga says she knows what she's seen, but she's curious to my take on it. Yeah, absolutely. I hope I gave that to you, and if you have more questions, just leave them for me, Inga, okay? Yes, thank you. I see your, oh my God. Yes. All right. Deborah says, I know what I've seen. Oh, I already said that. Okay. No, it's just a character from a book. Just Q is fine. Okay, Q. I can do that, Q. All right. Limitless Life continued. My uncle and I filled in gaps for each other about family, and I learned some disturbing things about. Sorry, I got distracted by another notification about my father, including him setting fire to his own sister when he was younger. Wow, wow, that is crazy. I guess that would explain Scar. Oh, the Scar. Oh my gosh. Inga Hicks, yes, Oscar winners. Oh, yes, indeed, ma'am. Yes, indeed. They are great actors sometimes. Maureen says, my narcissist new supply is a spitting image of her. So weird. The new supply needs the spotlight too. It's going to be fun to watch. That is interesting. That should be a very interesting to watch. I'll tell you what. Keep us posted, Deborah. That's crazy. All right. Shannon Sanderson says, I'm trying to leave now, and his other supply is gone now that I know of, so he is focused on me. but I just can't do this. I literally lost my mind last month. I just need some words of encouragement. Okay, Shannon, what you need to do is this. You need to go gray rock on his ass. Don't allow him to affect you negatively or positively with emotion. Okay, just show him no emotion at all. Pretend that you work at, some store and he's a customer. Treat him with no more emotional connection than you would a customer at a store. Okay? That's the only way you can do it. And I promise you, his other supply is gone now. That doesn't necessarily mean that she wasn't just one in a big old line of more. Okay, keep that in mind. Um, Stay strong. I know you can do it, and I know that it'll be worth it for you when it's done. And I'm telling you, like you said, you can't do it. You don't want to lose your mind again. You don't need to, and you deserve to be happy and have peace. Please stay strong, my love. It's going to get better. Just don't give up. Gray rock, gray rock, gray rock. Get out as soon as you can. Okay? All right. Okay. Frankie Rose says creepy is right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Alicia says, my ex won't stop trying. He says he's a changed man, and if I just give him a chance, the only reason he was with someone else he promised me he wouldn't be with is because I ignored him. That's bullshit. Don't believe him. I would block him. And if he keeps trying and you're having a hard time with saying no, oh, and he was lonely. Yeah, he lied because he wanted to protect me and not hurt me. Okay, so the next time you get busy, like if you guys have a baby, or if you, get a job, or have to go to the grocery store, or take too long in the damn shower, is it going to be he's lonely again? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you deserve someone who is totally 100% on your side, and someone who has, your back, and someone who cheats on you because you get too busy sometimes doesn't. It's not okay. Not okay. No. All right, protect me and not hurt me. Is it okay? Could this be the truth, or is just fluff? Look, Alicia, you have to have standards in your relationship. You have to have deal breakers. If one of your deal breakers is not, don't cheat on me, then you can think about going back to him. But you need to understand that he's going to do it again if you take him back, most likely. All of those things I've heard before as excuses for cheating. So it's totally up to you how you want to handle it. It's totally up to you if you want to continue to accept that treatment. But if you take him back after all of that, I promise you he will do it again, and it will hurt worse the second time. And if you take him back again, blah, 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 will go around, and pretty soon it won't even hurt anymore. You'll just expect it. Is that how you want your life to be? Tough love, baby. I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just saying you deserve better. Take care of yourself and be strong. Okay? All right, Ted. Hello, Ted. Ted says, the projection is very maddening. Worst when you notice that even though they apparently hate you, they seem to have no real personality other than the last person they talked to, or worse, they copy you. Oh, Ted, that is so true. That is so accurate. And the projection is incredibly maddening, and that's why you have no choice but to go gray rock. If you are to publicly denounce them for that projection, they're already going to have prepared their audience of smear campaigntees, if that's the word. They're already going to have said, oh, I'm so worried about this person. This person's crazy. They're doing this, this, and this. And some of those things will be saying unreasonable things and, accusing people of everything and being paranoid and la la la. And if you then come out and be like, well, this narcissist is totally smear campaigning me, and here's how they're doing it, they're going to be like, yeah, right, you are totally crazy. He's right or she's right. Yeah, it sucks. I know. TJ Cotton, hello TJ Cotton, says, hi Angie, I love you. Thank you, I love you too. You're one of my superstars on this topic. Well, thank you. I've learned a lot from you and always feel more peaceful after watching you. What questions should be asked when seeking a therapist? Okay, good question. All right, so I would ask the therapist what their take is on toxic relationships, if they're familiar with narcissistic personality disorder, and and if they've ever dealt with someone who is a recovering victim of abuse. That's where I would start. Yes. Some therapists have never even heard of this topic. There are those who specialize in this stuff if you look for them. Okay? All right. Carlos says, oh, another thing that I think helps is if the person has actually experienced narcissistic abuse, they can be a lot more understanding. And it's not, I mean, it's not necessarily a prerequisite, but if they have some personal experience on some level, it really does help. Okay. Hello, Carlos. How are you? He says, good afternoon to everybody. Says, stay strong and have a good day wherever you are. Carlos, I am so happy to see you here. Thank you for being here, sir. All right. Inga Hicks, 100% good answer. Thank you, love. All right. Alicia says, promise this is the last all right. Not a problem, girl, not a problem. But once I give in and start speaking to him, he tends to withdraw. Not as talkative, not as responsive, not as sweet, and no more I miss yous, etc. Is this typical? Yes. Because just like anything, you always want what you can't have way more than you want what you can have. So since you weren't speaking to him, he wanted you so badly. And then once you got him, I did a video called something about Ned and the shiny tricycle or something. Look up Ned the Narcissist on my channel, Alicia. That video will show you all of that. Okay, that's yes, you're being played. Absolutely, you are, my love. I'm sorry. You deserve better. Don't take it. Okay. TJ Cotton regarding narcissistic abuse. Hold on, let me scroll back up to your question, TJ. Oh yeah, okay, I got you. If I missed anything else on that, TJ, let me know. Um, Jillian says to Q, one would think that MA defense would assure keeping Mittens' hands off, right? Right. Okay, Inga says it's live. Yes, it is live. Yes, ma'am. Inga says you too, Carlos. Hey. Hey, Angie L. says, hey, Angie, was wondering if there will be more on codependency. Yes, would you like me to talk more about codependency in future videos? I absolutely will do that. Let me get my little planner. You guys are always keeping me stocked up on the good topics. Hold on. I will put that in my planner as a very a soon coming future topic. Okay? All right. And that was, yes, thank you for the cough drop. All right. That was for Angie L. Angie L, that's coming. Yes. Inga, I had that dry cough too. Isn't it terrible? Oh, I tell you, it is a pain in the ass. Okay. Okay. Raw Foods Jones, in court with a narc. Oh my gosh, so true. Says, it's the worst ever. They lie and twist and are relentless. Yes. Yes. All of that is true. They are the worst. And the best thing you can do, again, is gray rock, calmly state the facts. And if they say, well, he says this or she says that, yes, I understand, but this is what happened. Period. Just, that's all you can do. All right, Alicia again. Welcome back, Alicia. I finally got a restraining order and no contact against my narc. We go to court this Friday. Any suggestions? Okay, yes. Keep your... Stephanie, hold on. These chats should have started at 1 o'clock today, but I started at like 1:30, and I'm sorry about that. But I will be back to 1 o'clock Central next week. And I'll also be here on Thursdays, and I think Thursdays are earlier. Let me check my schedule here. Thursday is 11 a.m. Central. Okay. All right. Back to Alicia. Restraining order, no contact. Very good, very good. Congratulations. And go to court okay. I had a client just go through this, and she came out with flying colors. All you have to do is just go to the court and be honest. Bring any evidence that you have. I don't know if you have a lawyer, but what my other client brought that was useful was copies of text messages, video from her workplace where he had harassed her, things like that, letters, things like that. So if you have anything that you can bring as proof, great. I'm sure you and your lawyer have already worked on that. And if you could bring a friend with you or a family member that you trust and feel safe around, that might also help you because you can be sure that your narcissist may show up with a new supply, which is what happened to my client. So, yep. All right. All right. Inga says, little tickle in the throat. Yes, that's true. And Inga says to Raw Foods, yes. Yes. Absolute liars twisting facts. Yes. Ted Berry came down with a sore throat today. Myself, if you need to stop, I'm sure we would all understand. Yes, if it doesn't stay clear, we will be actually. Well, I'll be wrapping up probably soon anyway. But I'm going to try to answer the questions that we have already at least. Okay. Thank you, Ted, and thank you everyone for your concern. I appreciate that. Oh yes, Maureen says there is a video. Yeah, there's a video on YouTube about how to beat a narc in court, and she recommends the video. She says do a search on YouTube to find it. So check that out, people. Um, Q says to Jillian, "You would think, but he's never tried to hit me. But he has made subtle threats like all your training wouldn't stop me if I decided to go after you." What an ass. Sorry. All right. July 8219 says, "Are narcissists and sociopaths the same?" Okay, well, here's how it goes. Um, Not all narcissists are sociopaths, but all sociopaths are narcissists, if that's helpful. Just like not all Christians are Catholic, but all Catholics are Christian. Same concept. All right. All right. Maureen says that would be a deal breaker for me. Yeah, me too, girl. Me too. Um, Jillian says, "I, I was once an inverted narc. Not now, but whoa." Jillian, I don't know about you being an inverted narc. You may have just been an empath who was being abused, and sometimes that can look the same. But sometimes, you know, the difference is that you had a self outside of the narcissist, at least initially, before you started. Um, okay, Raw Foods Jones says to Inga and Maureen, "I'm studying everything I can because you got to keep on top of it, not knowing what they will dare to pull next." Smart, but don't study too long. Only study until you get through the hard part and then stay focused on yourself and your own personal recovery, okay? All right. The raw foods part can't hurt anything. That's got to be good for your body and therefore also your mind, okay? I've been juicing lately. It's good stuff. Okay. Deborah says, the narcissist has started going to church where she'll be fawned over and have a whole new harem. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Is that common for them to turn to religion after losing all their secular supply? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not going to go into a bunch of details on this one because it hits a little close to home for me. But yes, it is common. It does happen. And absolutely, they will absolutely provide her with a certain amount of narcissistic supply. Now, it won't be enough in the long run, but it certainly does. Yes. All right. Don't worry about it says, "Do I have tips for becoming financially independent?" Yes, many. What I did is I started. I lost my corporate job in 2005. I started blogging. I got a freelance writing career. Started up. Eventually, I rolled that into my media company, Blissfire Media. I have published many books. I do coaching now. I still write. Then I do YouTube. And so my books and my YouTube and my coaching and various other little bits of this and that courses I've done, things like that. Gosh darn it, this little fly's driving me crazy. They are, what they are. All right. They help me to be financially independent, even though I'm currently married, happily. I am able to be independent if I need to financially because of my business. So, yes, I'm doing a series on that right now. Don't worry about it. So stay tuned on that. Don't worry about it. It's this person's name, by the way, on here. I'm not trying to tell him not to worry about it. Okay. All right. Yvette says, "LOL. What's up, girl?" Okay. Deborah says to Maureen, "Thanks for the reference. Court is a real possibility unless I just fold." Don't just fold. All right. Unless it would not hurt you financially, to do so. I wouldn't want you to just give up everything for that person, Deborah. All right. Inga, completely agrees with Raw Foods. "I could write a book on the covert things the ex-narc slash psycho did to try to kill me and my kid." Oh, that's terrible. Like the movie Gaslight, until I called him out, then it was narc rage. Yep. I have seen that, and please stay safe, Inga. That's very scary. Okay. TJ Cotton says, "Thank you." You're welcome. Christine Zimmerman says, "The one thing I will never forget was him saying, 'I only told you that because it was what you wanted to hear. I never meant to follow through on anything. He was absolutely nothing but a liar.'" You're right, and I'm sorry. It's very painful when you have the realization that that's happened to you. Shannon Sanderson says, "Thank you for your advice. I've never met anyone like this. It's terrifying how crazy it's gotten, and I will be recovering soon." Oh yeah, it's a process. Shannon, but it's one that's worth going through, and I hope that the advice was helpful for you. Raw Foods, Deborah says to Raw Food Jones, The Art of War, Sun Tzu will help you very much. It's a very short read. I've seen that. It is good and it's free. You can just Google it. Yeah. Pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. Yes. Okay, I love that. I just put up a thing on Facebook yesterday that said, underestimate me, please. It'll be fun. And that's how I feel about it. I love to be underestimated. Go ahead, because it's amusing, especially when you show them who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, all right. Okay. Christine Zimmerman says he tried to hoover again around Christmas and I put up the boundaries and just kept saying no. Good for you. I knew exactly what he was doing. It just makes me sick and nauseous when I think about him. You're in a good place. I know that sounds silly, but you're in a good place. You're still healing. You're still probably spinning a little bit, but being able to say no and being able to be sick about him and not like, oh, please come back to me. It's a step, Christine. It's going to get a little better each day. Stay strong, my love. It's going to get better and better. Okay? All right. Raw Food Jones says thanks to Inga. He says, yeah, I hear you. I've had a tough 2.5 years. I had to escape with a newborn. Oh, honey, I feel you. That's so hard. And thanks to Maureen as well. She'll definitely look that up. Right on. Christine Zimmerman says I was just at my therapist today and I was frustrated and crying, but just trying to work through it all. My PTSD, though, it's really difficult. Yeah, PTSD is difficult, and the thing is, a lot of us have it, or a form of it that I think is called complex PTSD. It's basically the same thing, where because of your extended periods of abuse and the subtle nature of it, it messes with your head in ways people don't even realize. And one of those is to give you the PTSD and everything that goes with it. It's terrible. You literally have flashbacks still today, even though I'm quite healed in my opinion. I still have little leftover symptoms, like if a loud noise happens, I jump 3 feet high, and that's hard because I'm only 5 feet high myself. But anyway, yeah, I know it's hard, honey. I know it's hard, but stay with it. It's going to be worth it. It is. All right. Raw Foods Jones says yes on codependency. You got it. You got it. And Angie L says yes, please. Very helpful. Yes, ma'am. You got it. All right. Don't worry about it. Says yes. I don't remember what to, but I hope that means I answered the question. Okay. Samantha says, how can I not be jealous of his new girlfriend? They seem really happy, and I feel like I am to blame for his discard. Yeah, Samantha, that's a very common question. And I know it's hard, especially because you're seeing them get love bombed and you're seeing them get the attention that you haven't gotten in so long. But what it comes down to is that if you are able to stay with it, okay, and remember that at the beginning of your relationship, you got love bombed. At the beginning of your relationship, you were told that the ex-girlfriends were nuts or crazy or whatever. And at the beginning of your relationship, you seemed really happy too. Okay, what's happening right now is that probably they're having those long talks, and this person is not writing down probably, but filing away all of her weaknesses, all of her Achilles heels, as it were, and those things will, you know, later be used to torture her. All right, so keep that in mind. You feel like you are to blame for the discard. I would guess that's because that's what the narcissist wanted you to believe, because like you had the nerve to have standards or something. But in most cases, and I don't know your situation all, off the top of my head, but I know this. It's probably not your fault at all. It probably really didn't have a lot to do with you. If you want to give me some more details, I'll try to answer that. Please remind me of what I'm talking about, because if it gets too far down the row, I'll miss it and I'll forget. Okay. I have about 10 more minutes I can do this, guys. So let me just try to get through as many of these as I can, okay? All right. Deborah says to Christine, I feel ya. I even have text saying that exact same thing, that she never meant any of it. It was real for us too. And yeah, she disgusts me now. Well, Deborah, honey, I know that sucks, but you're still it's a better place to be than I wish I could have her back, right? Okay. Raw Food Jones says to Samantha, he's not happier with his new girlfriend. That's right. They're just in the love bombing phase. That's all downhill from here. Yep, that's what I just said. We're on the same page, Raw Food Jones. All right. Inga Hicks says to Raw Foods, oh my God, with a newborn? Wow. I'm glad you got away. Please stay away. Just get support, go gray rock, and don't look back. You and your baby can do better. You know what I love about you guys? I love our community that we've created here because I'm about to bawl. I'm about to cry like a baby because it's so beautiful how you guys support each other and me. And I just want to say thank you for that. Okay? I'm not going to cry because I'm not that big of a nerd. Moving right along. All right. Samantha says thank you to Raw Foods. All right. Yvette says she moved countries and had an epiphany while spending heaps of time alone and on YouTube. I've basically been brought up, she says, and around my narcissist for my whole up and around narcissists my whole life. There seem to be there seems to be a lot around or all coming for me. That is more common than you think. Usually if we attract one, we attract right more than one. That's all. Uh, and that's because we are the right type of person. We're attractive, we're successful, we're intelligent in many ways, and we are people who react to their extreme emotions, and they like that, and they test us early in just like that. Don't worry about it says men go through narcissistic abuse as well. Yes, that is absolutely true. They absolutely do. And sometimes it's even worse for the men because they really feel like they can't even admit it to their friends because who wants, what man wants to be like my husband or my wife is abusing me or whatever, and so I totally feel you. You're absolutely right. And I have several clients who are, in fact, men. Yeah. Okay. Christine Zimmerman says, whenever I feel like I'm having amnesia with my ex-narc, I had made recordings of us fighting that I will listen to, and I remember now exactly everything he said and how he said it. That actually is very smart, Christine. I tell people to make a list. I did a video a while back with the SPAN group that was 103 things you no longer have to put up with when you go no contact. And a lot of people find that very helpful. If you want to search my channel for that video and take a look at it, it will help you to come up with your own list and write down the things that are true to you and add your own. And then, if you have recordings, excellent. If you don't, this is a great way to do it. So, good point, Christine. Yes. July 8219 says, thanks, Angie, for taking time out of your day to answer us survivor questions and concerns. You're the best. Well, thank you so much, July. It means a lot to me. Thank you. You guys are my people. You guys are my community. Why else would where else would I be? All right. Thank you. Inga says, I think codependents pick up traits the longer they stay connected to the narcs. Reality gets blurrier the longer you stay. Oh, that's certainly true. Yeah, absolutely true. And if you think about even a healthy relationship, couples even start to look like each other after a few years. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense that you kind of rub off on each other a little bit. I like to see it like, sometimes you're the stone and sometimes you're the water. And so in a healthy relationship, sometimes, the water, the water has to take the rough edges off the stone. And so sometimes you're the water helping to smooth the stone down, and sometimes your spouse or your partner is the water smoothing your rough edges on your stone. I'm a nerd, don't judge me. Okay. All right. Okay. And Rafu Jones says, haha, Angie, yes, a whole new me. It had to happen because he made me ill with his behavior. It has helped and it got me through the PTSD and a cognitive dissonance phase. Yay for you, Juicy. Yes, see? Raw foods. Good stuff. I like it. Yeah, I really believe that raw food does, it can really change your whole life inside out. Absolutely. Meditation research says, my dad manipulated a whole situation between me and my brother and has smeared and invalidated everything I say after suffering his PTSD. Okay, period. After suffering PTSD, his selfishness made me have no one to turn to. He's ruined my life. Oh, wait. He's ruined my life and keeps saying I'm crazy and keep going on about things, but he's just invalidating everything I say. Yeah. Meditation research, this is very common. It sounds just like, what you have to do is stop talking to him and about anything to do with him. You have to go gray rock on everybody regarding him, except for your very closest, most trusted friends right now, because if he's smear campaigning you, it's the only way you can deal. I would block him on social media, on your phone, on everything else, and just do your best to put yourself back together. All right? Okay. Inga. Angie, you are fantastic and inspiring from victim to survivor. Love it. Thank you so much. That makes me feel really good. Thank you. Um, and Deborah says, totally agree. Don't stay narcissistic very long. It'll keep you stuck in an indirect supply. Focus forward. Yes. Agree, Deborah. Yes. Meditation sounds like my mom. Oh, I feel you, Inga. Um, Meditation research says, Inga, terrible, isn't it? No one sees it but me. Common. It's common. He's completely ruined my life. No one sees me for who I am because he's worked his horribleness. I feel you, and I'm so sorry. I know how frustrating that is. And I know it feels like you just can't even, change anything, but try to stay strong and try to just keep being yourself, because what will happen is pretty soon he'll keep being himself too, and somebody else will see it. And it just takes one person. And then after that person sees it, they could show it to someone else, and so on and so forth. And pretty soon, you might be vindicated. But you can't count on it. You have to just focus on not worrying about him and focusing on what's right for you yourself. You've got to take care of yourself in the same way that a good mother would take care of her child. I promise. Try it. Okay. All right. Just Born Vegan says, can you please respond to my email? My narc ex is still coming after me, and I haven't wanted to share the specific situation on a video. I have no idea how to deal, and I'm very anxious though. Just Born Vegan, I'm doing my very best to respond to emails. I get hundreds a day. I will definitely try to find yours and respond to it as soon as possible. Yes. And I'm sorry that you're anxious. But I will definitely look for your email. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Get my little planner. Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. Meditation research. He works alongside my sister-in-law who wants my life and has took it. Oh, honey. Oh my. Well, let's see how long she enjoys it. Karma's a bitch, ain't it? Just wait till she enjoys it. You'll see. It won't. When someone does what she did, I suspect that you, quite honestly, will be able to see what happens if you stick around long. But I wouldn't even bother. That's terrible. Meditation research. That's terrible, and you don't deserve that. No woman does. Okay. Jen says, thanks for being here. I appreciate you very much. My pleasure, Jen. Thank you. Shannon Sanderson says, I have anxiety attacks now, and my emotions are insane to the point of self-harm. Does anyone know what this is? I love myself, but when dealing with rejection, I can't. Mine is a covert narcissist, by the way. Okay. Shannon, self-harm is not okay, and I need you to promise me that you will not hurt yourself again. And if you promise me that you won't do that, then I'll talk to you more about that. Okay? All right. Inga Hicks says, I believe you, meditation. I've seen it lived. I've lived it, seen it, fought through it. I believe you. We all here believe you. Yeah, that's right, meditation. We do believe you. You're not. This is a little bit of validation. Thank you, Inga, for seeing that she needed that. That's very, very smart of you and very, very intuitive. Thank you. Inga says, narcs are an infestation throughout society, and we wonder why society is jacked. Has anyone else noticed it's a narc society now? Yeah, this society is definitely geared toward narcissism, but understand this. There are two different types of narcissism. Well, more than one type, but anyway. There's healthy narcissism and there's unhealthy narcissism. So healthy narcissism might be, what the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning and feeds you, makes you eat and drink and take care of your basic bodily functions. Might be the thing that makes you take a shower and braid your hair or put on a little makeup or a little lipstick like you saw me do at the beginning of this video. The thing is that healthy narcissism, the difference between healthy narcissism, which might be taking selfies or looking in the mirror, as long as you don't do it excessively, might still be healthy. The difference is that even people who care about how they look and people who, do videos and people who wake up and eat in the morning, even they generally care about how other people feel. They have empathy for other people, and they will base some of their actions on how other people feel instead of all of their actions on how they feel. For example, a narcissist might tell his wife, if he was a male and his wife was a non-narcissist, you look really fat in that dress. And a non-narcissist might tell his wife, well, you look all right in that dress, but I really love it when you wear the blue dress, for example. It's about caring about how someone feels and understanding. Most people would understand that if you tell a woman you look really fat in that dress, she's not going to like that, and that's going to hurt her feelings. But if you say, well, that one's all right, but I really like this other one, well, then she's going to get a clue, and without being hurt, maybe. It's about being attacked. Okay. All right. Okay. And Just Born Vegan says, yes, to Shannon. I have the same issues. My ex is covert and goes overt when he gets enough supply. I've seen that too. I have very severe PTSD. We are broken up now, but he did a bad smear campaign and is still harassing me. Yeah, I know that's painful, and I know it's difficult. The very best thing that you've got to do is focus on yourself, I know it's so easy to say and so hard to do, but you cannot. Okay, I'm just going to make it really simple. Don't focus on anything you can't control. If there's some way that you can control that situation, fine, but you know that you can't control that person. You've already tried that up to a point, or at least tried to get him to be concerned about you a little bit, and that's proven to be not possible. So now what you have to do is stay focused on taking care of yourself, because you are all that matters at this point for you. Feel me? You and or your children. You and your children, if you have children, I should say. Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry, but I'm so happy that you understand. He's projecting his horribleness onto you, and you're so nice. I totally get that, and it's not worth it. But please don't hurt yourself. It's really important to me that you don't hurt yourself, not even cutting yourself. I'm okay. All right. Okay, Inga, we're not going to cry today, girl. We're not going to cry. All right. And Meditation Research said, thanks to Inga. Deborah says to Shannon, it's hell, but what you're feeling is very common. I was the same way. It took me 4 months to get past the severe PTSD and suicidal thoughts. Keep breathing, honey. I love you guys. I love how you're all so supportive. I'm not going to cry again, but it's good shit. Pardon me. All right. Shannon says, yeah, my smear campaign was about to start again, but I'm trying to be smart about it, but I'm still scared. Thank you, Just Born Vegan. Yeah, Shannon, I feel you. And it's hard, but just try to not at least externally show any reaction at all. And if anyone questions you, you simply state the facts. You don't have to say, oh, he said this and da da da. Just say, well, this is a smear campaign. This is how it started. This is what it's about, period. Fact, 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 end of discussion, period. And if they're saying, well, why aren't you upset about it? Well, because I would hope that anyone who knows me knows that if this is some bullshit, it's not true. Except maybe you don't want to cuss. I get a little sassy sometimes. Okay. Inga says, men must feel like they have no one. It's awful. Yeah, Inga, that's why I do support men as well as women in my business, because I understand that, about 27% of my YouTube viewers are men, about 26% of my readers are men. So it seems to me that that's how it goes. Now, I'm sure that some men will steer away from me because of all the pink and whatnot, but it's me. So, but some don't, and I've got some really great guys in my stable. So, okay. Shannon says thank you to Deborah. We'll keep trying forever. Good. I'm so glad to hear that, Shannon. Big hugs to you, my love. Big hugs. Okay. Jamie says late to the stream. Just wanted to say hey girl, hey. Okay. Jamie, by the way, you're late to the stream. You won one of the 10 scholarships to one of the 30-day. You were one of the drawn names. FYI, so congratulations. Okay. Meditation Research says, yeah, I think this is where the post-mortem comes from, social anxiety too, having to watch your back from your parents. Yeah. Oh yeah, parents, yeah, absolutely, for sure. And of course this goes on throughout the life, absolutely. Hello, Ronnie. Hello, Vandy. Hello. TJ Cotton, I have an email. Yes, Angie Atkinson @gmail.com. Yes. Shannon, I've been discarded once, and I'm doing it this time. Fool me once, and that's all you get. Good for you. Don't let it happen again. I'm proud of you for that. Stay strong. Inga says many smiles up, or those crying faces. Shannon says, good girl. Deborah says to Shannon, good girl. I went back 7 times. I got wise, never again. Good for you. Carlita Vega. Hello, Carlita. What a cute name you have. Um, we were all love bombed. Just remember, all of the hell you went through. You are out. You're the one that's doing better. The new supply is the one that has the short end of the stick. I totally agree. That's what I say all the time. Yes, you should feel sorry for her instead of jealous of her because her life's about to suck a whole lot more. Yeah, Deborah agrees with Carlita. Meditation research says, yeah, we have not been talking, but he still manages to do it. Yep, indeed. Okay. Shannon says, thank you, all of you. I have no one. My friends think I'm crazy, and he does nothing but make me that way. So I'm learning how to play the game till I'm out. Yes, ma'am. Yes. She says, thanks to everyone who does these videos. I'm so glad that's helpful, Shannon. That's why we're here. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Says my family tries to control financially and wants me to be quiet about being molested by my sister when I was 5. Everyone in my family told me I was a liar. I'm so sorry. Um, you have a right to stand up for yourself and tell the truth. I'm sorry that that happened to you. Your family, is probably ashamed and embarrassed, but they still have a responsibility to take care of you in that situation. And now you have to take care of yourself in the way that a good parent would have taken care of you. Okay? And stick with me. I'll try to help from, and as you see, our community here is very supportive. You can also join SPAN, which is my free online support group. It's confidential. I have an amazing team of admins in that group, and you guys are welcome to join if you want to, if you could use the support. You can find out about that at queenbeing.com/span, SPAN. Okay? Support for people affected. Oh my gosh, this fly! It's like trying to make me crazy. Support for people affected by narcissism in relationships is what that stands for. Okay, I'm sorry we didn't mean to make you cry, but we do. I do really appreciate the amazing energy that's happening here today. So yes, don't worry about it. I need you to focus on not letting anyone control you financially or otherwise. Okay. All right. Love to Yvette. Regina Smith says, hello, Regina Smith. What if you are scared that he and the new supply will stay together and you'll always feel like you're the one who lost something? I would ask you to look at this person's relationship history, and I would tell you that even if they do stay together, that woman will be abused. Period. Yes. It will never be a fairy tale for anyone who's with him unless something like a near-death experience happens and changes him forever, and I seriously don't see that happening. Do you? All right. Shannon Sanderson. Yes, Carlita, I fell for it too. We all did, honey. We all did. Yeah. Just Born Vegan says, thank you so much, Angie. I'm sorry. I've been anxious and crying a lot. Don't be sorry, sweetie. It's hard to keep it together when they just won't go away. I don't understand why they don't leave, especially when they discard. Yeah, I think they enjoy torturing. I think they get more supply, a different kind of supply out of this kind of fight. That, we talked before about how, your brain functions differently under pressure. You can't produce dopamine so naturally, the neurotransmitter that makes you feel good. And so in a situation like this, you both become addicted to each other because, with the drama comes the hormone rushes and depletions, and your body is almost, with the adrenaline rush, and then the dopamine kind of brings you back down off the top of the ledge, so to speak. And so it's almost like a pseudo emotional roller coaster, but a real one, if that makes any sense. But it's stimulated by that relationship because it's toxic for you and even for the other person, even though it's their fault. Yeah. That's why they don't go away. They're addicted to you just like you're a little bit addicted to them sometimes. Jamie says, I feel like when we're with someone who is narcissistic, they suck the healthy narcissism right out of us. We begin to neglect our own needs to tend to theirs. That does happen. In fact, when I left my ex-husband, it took me a good 2 or 3 months to even start putting makeup on again. So, and that, I was lucky I showered every day. I think I only did that because I didn't want to stink at work, So yeah. Okay, Christy Wright says, hi Angie, why do I seem to attract narcissists into my life? I've done videos about this before, but I'm going to real quick answer it again. you attract narcissists in your life because you are a kind-hearted person, because you have shown that you will react to their extreme emotions by taking some kind of action to make them feel better, and because you're probably a little bit of a people pleaser, and you're probably insecure, but you also are a very attractive, successful, and otherwise intelligent. Not that you're intelligent, and they want someone that both looks good to them and to people in their lives, and they also want someone who will jump when they cry or scream or have a narcissistic rage. They want someone who reacts to their often and extreme emotion. Yeah. All right, you guys, I'm over time. I've got to go. I want to answer all these questions, but I have too many more to go, so I'm going to wrap up for now. I will be here again on Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Time, so make sure I'm going to let you check your own schedule with where that falls with your time zone, because I'm really time zone challenged. All my clients all know all about it, I'm sure. Anyway, so Tuesday, nope, Thursday, Thankful Thursday, I will be here. If you guys haven't already entered and won, if you've entered and you've not won, enter again. If you've not entered and not won, enter the. I'll be doing another 10-day, another 10 free 30-day scholarships to the university on. Well, I'll announce another 10 winners a week from today. Okay, during a live broadcast. So go ahead and enter at tinyurl.com/tellangie, and you can see in the description below that link right at the top. All right. Okay, I'm closing up, you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry I ran out of time. I'll be here again on Tuesday. Big hugs to everybody. All right. Have a wonderful day. And I'm just going to talk to you while I try to remember how to get out of this particular app.